let's get this test underway. It's going to be, well, just skip to the end of the 14 minutes video. I'm assuming that it's going to be automatically decloaked at the end of the 15 minutes. That's what I'm assuming. The article, the marketing article, written by the marketing department, it said a chance to decloak. So I've got sentient signals amplifiers. I've got Grail implants, high grade. So that gives me about 100 over 100. Oh, 132. Nice. 132 sensor strength. And I'm assuming that I'll automatically be decloaked regardless. But it'd be interesting if the new meta was just jamming the lows with sentient amplifiers. I'm sure the price jumped. I mean, almost guarantee it jumped. Something like this always, regardless of whether it's going to work or not, it just jumps the price because of speculation, right? That's what I liked about the two monitor system, that I could actually use my launcher. I'm using my other computer right now, but I could use my launcher and you wouldn't be able to see the launcher account names and all that stuff when I started it on that computer. But I'll just use the other computer. Check out Jita prices. Why not? What I'd like to do is check out the blueprint for the build cost, because I could probably grab the blueprint, plug it into industry, and then buy all, and then export that onto the clipboard, go into Tranquility at Jita, and check out the prices for it. But I'm assuming it's going to be in the tens of billions. I mean, tens of millions, sorry. Tens of billions. Yeah. Jita. There we go. You just skip to the end of this, see if it automatically decloaks. I'm assuming it will, regardless of my stats. And it's only got an hour. And how often does it activate? Activation delay 10 minutes. Is this going to be every 10 minutes it checks? Or what? There's no model to it. They haven't got the model or image for it yet, so we can't see its effects yet. There might be an effect. So I'll just optimize for high. Normally it's on performance for singularity. Let's just log off safely and lol herp. So hopefully I'll be able to see the effect, if there's any, of the decloaking thing. But I'm assuming every 10 minutes. I'm assuming. It doesn't say anything about 0.4 security or less, or I forget the other thing, but yeah. Sentient. Sentient signal amplifier. They are currently going for 9, almost 10 million a pop. And the last few days, so no activity really. It's really flatlined at about 10 million. It's, for the last year, it's been 10 million. So, reasonable price. We will see if there is a massive spike. I'm surprised there hasn't been. Maybe people don't really understand the mechanics, or maybe they just I don't know. It's kind of weird. And luckily, I've gotten most of my Grail implants already for the MR. I mean, if you're min matter, it would be different. I forget what it's named as. Jackal? Oh, I don't know. I don't really bother with all that stuff. MR Victoria and all that stuff. Yeah, just skip ahead to the 15-minute mark. Let's see what happens. Now, obviously, this is system-wide. I would like to see an animation from it, activating and scanning, but I might have to relog because I was on performance optimization, but whatever. We shall see. It's very, the name of it's really bizarre, isn't it? Stabilize cloak duration is what? You don't speak English as first language, eh? Yeah, the nomenclature is just ridiculous, isn't it? And of course their mobile observatory. It's like, ooh, no, you place it, it's not gonna move. You can haul it around. That's why it's mobile. Yeah, learning CCP's nomenclature. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the mic and yeah, we'll see. And I'm assuming I'll be automatically decloaked. So, and if you're still listening to us, congratulations, you haven't learned how to fast forward. right. So I haven't decloaked yet. I'm assuming every 10 minutes it's going to check. I think that's what they meant by chance, possibly. I don't know how often it does. I haven't seen an effect from it. It might be because I had low graphics when I started this game session. Stabilize cloak duration. Okay, so it's destabilized. I'm not sure if there's a hidden mechanic for stability that's slowly dropping. Might increase the chances, or is it lowering my sensor strength, or a whole bunch of other stuff? Who knows? My fitting manager should show me real-time changes to anything, but I think it's just a hidden modifier based on probably the hull, or just a straight off the module itself. I maybe it's just a constant. I have no idea, but I'm assuming that at the end of my 15 minutes, its check is every 10 minutes or so. I'm assuming. That would be a very difficult thing to test for. Not impossible, just beyond the scope of this video. I really don't care. I'm assuming that within 10 minutes, I'll just start the timer, probably 9 minutes, and stopwatch timer, 9 minutes. I've been talking for a minute, right? That'll be good. Let's start it. All right, so I'm assuming it's sometime during this period I'll be decloaked. Now, whether or not... Yeah, we'll see, actually. It'll be interesting, because I believe that it's a check every 10 minutes, because it said... What did it say? It was... What did it say? Activation delay, right? I think that's not only that, but it's also going to check every 10 minutes. So it's just depending on which side of that 10 minutes I hit the cloak, right? So that's what I'm assuming. If it lowers my ability to... I don't know. I mean, I'm tying my sensor strength in with its inbuilt ability to decloak, but that could be completely different, because my ability to be combat scanned is a completely different thing, possibly, than this mechanic, and we don't know what mechanic it's basing off of. Is it basing off of a new mechanic, or are they piggybacking it off something else? Who knows? But if this doesn't drop, it'll be interesting, because that will mean, I'm just speculating, right, that would mean that it's a constant, because if it's not lowering something, some attribute, then why am I not decloaking, you know? So I don't think the chances of preventing me from decloaking is tied to sensor strength. I just suspect, my intuition told me it might be, and I just wanted to test, because that's the only thing I can think of that can manipulate the chance as listed in the description in the marketing blurb. So that's what I'm basing off the possibility of gaming the system by min-maxing my sensor strength in order to lower the chance of being decloaked. But I think it's just marketing blurb. I think it's just every 10 minutes it's going to do a check, and bam, it's going to decloak you. That's all I'm assuming. So, yeah. 7 minutes left. I'm just going to... I had to don't have anything else to add, really. I'm just going to mute it and wait down the timer of 10 minutes, and then I'll just keep waiting. And I don't know, maybe jamming your, maybe having a ton of low slots and just jamming in that and having Grail will defeat its ability to decloak you. That would just be ridiculous. And I hope it's not the case, because yeah, God, what were they thinking? No, I'm assuming within a few minutes I'll be decloaked. That's all. God. No, shut up now. Jesus. All right, and there we go. End of test. I am assuming 100% that you have no ability to game the system using sentient or signal amplifiers and Grail. It's not going to work. I'm assuming that was every 10 minutes going by. And unfortunately, it would be probably... I don't math well. Let's see, 15 minutes from now. Yeah, I mean, I could totally test it. I mean, let's do this. So 15 minutes and every 10 minutes. So that means that 5 minutes after, I'll set the timer. So almost exactly 5 minutes after I lose my stability, it will check again at the 10-minute mark. I'm just assuming. And it seems to be proving it right. And that will prove that every 10 minutes you're unable to game it. Every time it checks, it's going to decloak you. So it's not a percentage chance of operating based off of something. It's just you've got a chance of lasting up to, say, 5 to 10 minutes, if you're lucky, before it decloaks you. So you've got a maximum of, if you're extremely lucky, of 25 minutes. And even then, if you were cloaked previously and ran out your timer of cloak defense, and they onlined it, takes time to activate. Whether it activates instantly at that 10 minutes mark, or waits another 10 minutes, it's only 10 minutes. I don't need to test for that. But you anchor that thing, and as soon as it bursts, it's going to decloak that person regardless. Now, if they're AFK, if they're using this setup, and you could probably, I'm sure it would be, what you probably have is a lechesis, with, if you were, yeah, I mean, what's the prevent? The only counter to this, metagame wise, would be to use a lechesis or something with, because it's a point strength thing. You wouldn't be able to descan it. You could try to combat probe it, but they could just go AFK off grid somewhere, with sentient low slots, and then one for a point, and then the rest of it sensor boosters, and then yeah, and then you've got Grail, or I forget the implant for the magnetometric. Yeah, implant for high grade, and that'll give you more, probably like 160, 180 sensor strength, and good luck combat probing that one down. So that could be the other meta. You wouldn't be able to descan them. You won't be able to find them. You could probably get close to pinpointing their location, but not 100%, probably. Maybe you could pinpoint it if you're really good, but I suspect it's impossible. Anyway, so yeah. Do-do-do. All right. I'm just going to mute this at the 10-minute mark, and we'll just time it down, and then I'll hit the timer, and 5 minutes later, we should have the end of the test, hopefully. It'd be nice to get this wrapped up and uploaded. Yeah, but definitely once people figure out the metagame of using lechesises with sensor boosters on, and not even bothering to cloak, right? Obviously, and sentient signal amplifiers in the lows, and the magnetometric thingies. I forget what it is. I don't really care, because I won't be doing it personally. But yeah, I mean, you could totally make that almost unscannable, combat-wise. But there's risk, and griefers don't like risk, so it's not going to happen. They'll just go dock up in the bottom station of a system, and just right click and bottom station. That's where for decades, I can think I can almost get away with saying decades. That's what they do. They pick the lowest station because it's ninja. I don't know why they do that. They always just do. It's so funny. But yeah, they'll just be docked up in the lower station, and then we undock, and all right, and chase you down. So, but at least that'll get rid of it. They could have a script, like I said before. I'm not sure. I'm not a hacker or programmer of any skill at all. But I'm sure there could be bots out there or something that could just take advantage of this and just keep recloaking. And you can cloak instantly. You saw there was no delay in recloaking. So yeah, whatever. It's not going to solve the problem. Hopefully get some people banned, but if they use VPNs, I'm assuming VPNs will mask even using alphas on an account, on an entity. Computer. I don't do it myself because it's like, what? It's a screensaver with a built-in chat function. So why the hell would you put that much metagaming into something like that? You just go play another game, you retard. And I like my characters, and I don't want to risk gaming system that way, because I think CCP is an idiot company. Why would I want to pay them money, right? But at the same time, it's a game, and they own it. So, yay them. And once I find something better, I am so gone. Yeah. And this channel will become that focused on. I've got another channel dedicated to other games, but yeah, if I find a replacement to Eve, yeah, say goodbye. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. People just aren't. Just aren't interested, I don't think, in the genre, and they've seen the lack of interest. But yeah, yeah, people say Star Trek Online, they've rewritten that base code a couple of times. And Eve's been around since 2003, so gotta figure. Oh, it's well beyond the 10 minutes. Better shut up now. Alright, let's time this sucker down. See you in a bit. So it should get decloaked right about now. So that's been 5 minutes. Odd. I probably suck at math. So I got decloaked. I hit recloak. There was no delay. And, you know, usually when you decloak, you have to wait a while. You didn't have to. It was 10 minutes. I don't know now. Now it's beyond the realm of I could be mistaken on clicking, but see, 15 minutes every 10 minutes. It should have gone off by now. What's going on? I do not know. I do not. It's probably pure RNG. No idea. Very bizarre. Well, it's this is definitely above my pay grade to figure it out. I'm not sure if having extra sensor strength prevents decloaking or if it's just pure RNG. Definitely odd. It could be, I don't think so. Based on what's happened, I'm just guessing. Wild ass guess. It could be that the mechanic doesn't care about when you decloaked, that you are invulnerable in its lead up time to check. So it could take another exactly 10 minutes before it automatically decloaks, because it just was like, okay, you were cloaked prior to that. I'm not going to detect you. This check, next check, I'm going to get you. I'm just guessing here. So if I'm right about that, in 10 minutes after my buzzer went off, it's going to decloak me. So that would mean 15 minutes. Yeah, so going by that, you could have between 10 and 20 minutes before you get decloaked. Based on if it's going to decloak me in exactly 10 minutes. I just going by that. Hopefully I can end the video there. I don't know, it's just, it'd be weird if it didn't decloak me. Whereas in the, you saw the initial test, it was, within very soon after that defense ended. So theoretically, there's definitely some RNG here. And it might take some time, actually. It would probably guarantee you that you'd be able to decloak them. I'm pretty sure, based off just pure, not RNG, but just pure checks in the mechanic. I think. See, this is the thing: is when they worded it in the marketing blurb about chance, you're like, oh, okay, there's a chance to manipulate that. No, I don't think so. I think it's just there's a chance in that between 10 and 20 minutes you're going to get decloaked. So there's a chance you might get decloaked at 20 minutes as opposed to, say, 5 or 10 minutes. So, yeah, weird. Okay, I'm just going to mute and just wait it out. Well, actually, you could go by this. That would be a better way of testing it. If it's checking every 10 minutes, this is a perfect way to test it. So I could have been off by 5 minutes. My timing just sucked. I have no idea. So yeah, I'm just going to keep checking this. I should just set up my stopwatch for this sucker. Alright, so 4 minutes and how many seconds? Probably like less than 4 minutes now. 34 minutes. So 4 minutes tick. Let's see what happens, right? Did I get that right? 49? No. Well, close. A few seconds off. So we'll see. Now, there could be a chance that, see, I was right next to it, the first test, and I got decloaked right away. There could be a chance that it is based on how far you are in AUs from it, but I don't think so. But if I don't get decloaked in 10 seconds, we'll know there's something up with the distance, because, yeah, I was really decloaked quickly that first time. Just a second. So, okay then. It could be distance. It could totally be distance. That's just ridiculous. So you've got to be close to the suspected location of the cloaker? Oh, come on. That's just ridiculous. Ah, that wouldn't that be so stupid? That would just be bone stupid. God. No. No. Oh god. Wouldn't that be just wouldn't that be just Jesus, that would just be laughable, wouldn't it? Wow. So that's not going to defeat the annoyance of somebody in system AFK solely to raise the hackles of everybody who's trying to use that system. That's it. So that would just be, you'd find a deep safe spot 30 AU away and you'd never be decloaked. And you can go to sleep and that would interfere with the gameplay at keyboards of other people. So system wide, but it sucks at wow. And at 15 AU, I mean, there are tons of ways to be beyond 15 AU. Wow. Mind blown. So we go from okay, you can decloak at 10, and that's definitely 10, and then it's what the. So if you're within. If you're within stupid range of it, then you're going to get automatically decloaked within that 10-minute mark. If you're not, it lessens. And as you saw, I wasn't getting decloaked twice, and it's only got frickin' half an hour frickin' left, you know? So if you're in BF nowhere and had used an incursion to get yourself a deep safe spot, like I do, like if you're patient enough, you'll get them. Or just a mission safe spot even, or just yeah. I mean, how? Wow, that's so retarded. Wow. Huh. Lol. I'm assuming by the math, It's going to be. Let's see, 6 minutes. Check out the timer again. So we'll start it at 6 minutes and just mute myself, and then we'll wait and we'll see if we get automatically decloaked every 10 minutes, right? And if you're 15 AU or further, there's a chance you're never going to get decloaked, which is freaking stupid. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right. All right, so it's got 1 hour and 40 minutes. That means 100 minutes. Checks every 10 minutes means it's got 10 checks. And if you're not within, say, range, you're not going to get detected. And I'm not sure, plus, I have no idea about the actual mechanics, so it could actually be affected by my sensor strength. And my sensor strength is ridiculous, of course, if you've seen. So, yeah. 11 seconds to go. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There you go. So I'm right. That's good to know. That nice I can end this test. Alright. So as you saw, my first decloak, when I was really close to it, was 20 minutes ago. No, sorry, brain not work. Anyways, yeah, as you can see, it is on the second. So that's definitely, it's not based off of anything beyond a certain time, and it looks like the 8 means it's definitely 10 minutes. I'm almost positive. Like, I'm not 100%, I'm not omniscient, but based on what you've seen, it's definitely checks every 10 minutes, and it's definitely, as the database is really small. Like, that statistical analysis points are really small, but from what you've seen, seems to be an automatic decloak at 10 minutes when I'm close to it, and not an automatic decloak when I'm at 15 AU. And I'm not sure. See, it's got 10 checks. It's got 100 minutes, 10 checks. Can you be undetectable at more than 15 AU? More than DScan, Is that going to affect it? Is this affecting it? Are my modules affecting it? Is sensor strength of myself affecting it? I don't know. I suspect that the only thing we've got going for us now is that it's definitely affected by range, 100%. 80%. I'm 80% certain that the data set I'm looking at is 100%, 80%. I suck at math. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. Don't be near it, and you might get away with it. And it's only got 10 checks, so I don't know. I could check again with a really sucky sensor strength and see if that works. But I don't know. I could do it. It's only got one more check left, and it's not going to last that long. It's not worth testing, actually. There's too little time left, and I don't really care. That's lame. So lame. Wow, that is so lame. Wow, that is so lame. I mean, to min-max the test, I don't have it in this system. I usually do. I'm kind of surprised I don't have a deep safe spot. Yeah, but anyways, testing, I've got a system that I could do it from the opposite side, like 100 AU, and see if that decloaks me. So yeah, that is so bizarre. Yeah. I'm curious. It'll probably get destroyed at the end of the time. I'm not willing to wait, but almost positive it'll be destroyed instead of unanchor itself. I'm pretty sure that's the way the mobiles work. Anyways, thanks for your patience. There you go.